Hello, welcome to Lyon Air Museum, the archive room. Come on in. My name is Bob Morrill. I'm going to be the manager for the archives. And I welcome you to this very small room, but very historical room, because in this room we have archives. And as you know, archives are man-made objects that were built during that time in history. And right now, we are standing in the middle of history. I'd like to take you around just to show you the things that we've acquired in the years that we have. Starting over here is just a small example of models that have been donated to Lyon Air Museum. And they're models all the way from World War I to World War II, Korean War, the Vietnam War, and we keep them in pristine condition in case they're going to go out for exhibits. In addition to that, over here, we actually have model kits. These model kits are various aircraft, historical aircraft, that we may in the future put on exhibit. Now, the way our exhibits work is Jeff Erickson, who's a wonderful person, puts together our exhibits and does the master plan for that. And please, we encourage you to come to Lyon Air Museum, take a look at everything, but particularly take a look at the exhibits. Take a close look. You'll see banners, you'll see stories and storyboards on those, and then take a look at the aircraft, because they are so detailed, all the way from the decals to the name of the pilot painted on it to the paint schemes. Those are all professionally built out of these kits that we specifically have for those exhibits. We actually have a professional model maker on hand that custom makes these models for us specifically for our exhibits. We also collect artwork, various kinds of artworks. They're framed, unframed, various kinds of different things, various kinds of subject matters on aviation. One of the things that we have is so wonderful. We actually have a 24 by 36 professional photograph of the Spruce Goose that actually hung in the Human Resource Department at Hughes Aircraft, where Hughes would actually come in, talk to his people, take a look at that, smile, and walk out. So we actually have that hanging in one of our hallways here. If you take a look around, as we span around, we have various archives things. This is one of the very unique things that we've acquired. This is actually a set of field binoculars that are German. The German marshals would actually stand in back of battle and take a look at the battlefield through high-powered binoculars, and these are from Germany. One of our key finds. Uniforms. We have various types of uniforms: Navy, Army, Air Force. And if you take a look at these uniforms, these are all the way from World War I to the World War II, the Korean War, Vietnam, but they're all authentic. And if you look at these, some of them are leather. The patches, 8th Air Force, Army Air Corps, the 15th, the 7th, and they're all authentic uniforms from people in the past. As we pan up there, you'll see some of our uniforms that are even on display in our display cases downstairs. Panning over here to this side are a wide variety of items, many artifacts, masks, aircraft parts, helmets, aircraft boots, instruments, even flags that were draped over World War II veterans' caskets have been donated by families. Just a wonderful find here. Various artifacts here, shells, cast shells. This is very unique. On top here, you'll see all these boxes with pictures and numbers and things. These are actually mahogany, professionally made models, wooden models, and by the manufacturer and painted. They all have a story behind them. For instance, this particular model is a B-29, the Enola Gay. It is actually signed by Paul Tibbets, whom came here and we visited here. So that is actually signed by him. Up here, you'll see an X-1 that broke the sound barrier, very first plane to break the sound barrier, and is actually signed by Chuck Yeager. So we have quite a few different archives here. Moving on to our file cabinet. Simple file cabinet, looks very easy. You'll see these in many offices. However, this houses some very important, wonderful stories. All this is our veterans files, where we have various veterans that are, and their stories, their manuals, pictures, discharge papers, documents, medals, All those are in here. We even have one of a tail gunner in World War II, who on a B-17 tail gunner, whose plane actually got shot down, but on the way down it actually broke in half. And he was thrown from the plane unconsciously. He pulled his parachute, doesn't even remember doing it, but he floated down, was captured by the Germans, and spent time in a POW camp. And if you got a chance to talk to our docent, George Emerson, that's the man that'll tell you the story. He's in here as well. But we have many, many stories like that in here. And again, if this file cabinet could talk, you would hear all kinds of stories on it. Panning over here are a wide variety of boxes that house many things, and you'll see they're all labeled and documented. We have medals, we have uniforms, flight suits, helmets, masks, various other things on there. So they're all documented in things. Over here, and this is very particular, is a box. It was just donated this week. It contains a World War II Norton bomb sight gyro in there, completely packaged up, brand new, never opened, from the 1940s. So we're going to have to go through that, document that, and put it into our inventory. But as you can see, there's a wide variety of things in here in a very small space, but we treasure each and every one of them. Now, occasionally I'll get the question, which one is your favorite? Oh, well, you can't pick. Look at all these wonderful things we've talked about. It's very, very difficult to focus down on one thing. But if I did have to choose one, let me show you what that would be. Please follow me. This is a hand-carved mahogany model of the Flying Wing by Jack Northrop. It has a 41-inch wingspan, and it was actually custom made for Jack Northrop for wind tunnel testing. It has hinges on it. It was made in 1930. It was presented to Jack Northrop, who actually used it in wind tail testing to come out with his XB-35 model. Okay, we all know the story to that. They made a few of them, but it wasn't really quite purchased by the Army Air Corps. But if we look at it today, doesn't it look like our stealth bomber of today? Now, one fun fact is Jack Northrop's original design and blueprints for the Flying Wing has a particular size wingspan. Our stealth bomber today has the exact length wingspan as Jack Northrop's Flying Wing. Coincidence? I think not. So we welcome you to come to Lyon Air Museum, visit up, see our wonderful planes, see our exhibits. We welcome donations of any kind, so please feel more than happy to rummage through your things, talk to your fathers, your grandfathers, and we welcome artifacts where we will document them, store them for historical purposes, and as you saw, share them with our customers when we can. Thank you so much for visiting the archives. We hope to see you soon.